What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JP, back again with another video. And today I have the BLU G91 Max. And man, I'm gonna tell y'all, for a God, man, this is a mid-range phone, but it is priced like a budget phone. Um, right now, the MSRP for this phone is $250. I did get it when they had that deal on its first day for $150. Right now, I think it's priced at $230 on Amazon. But man, and it doesn't have 5G, but it has a killer processor, which I'll get to here momentarily. If you're looking for a high performance device without, and you're okay with, without having 5G, and you're not looking at any like carrier deals from like Metro, for example, or T-Mobile, or Cricket, and even if you are, this is still a contender. It's because this phone does have VoLTE. Voice over LTE does work on this phone. So before anybody gets in the comments, let me make that clear. It does work on VoLTE, does work on AT&T and T-Mobile. I have seen videos of this phone working on Verizon as well, but don't hold me to that. But the previous G91s worked on Verizon from what I saw as well. The previous phones in this series. But the 5G processors, that you could get for around the same price from, with deals from, your prepaid carriers like Metro specifically. It's kind of a trade-off because this processor is more powerful than those particular ones, but those have 5G. So it's kind of a win-lose type of deal. I like that BLU makes this very easy here. But, as you can see here, 6.8-inch Full HD Plus Infinity dot display, MediaTek Helio G95. It does have 128 gigs internal storage, but it has a whopping 8 gigs of RAM, and that internal storage is expandable. It also even has a Samsung HM2 108 megapixel camera with depth sensor, and that's one thing I want to touch on. Y'all know I'm not a big camera guru, but I don't care what phone you get around this price range. With or without 5G, you're not going to get this camera. And sorry for the y'all. I know a lot of y'all hate that too. I'm doing it on purpose to make a point this time. But the given BLU's terrible software, because they've actually used decent camera sensors in the past. But when the 64 or the 48 megapixel, I think it was, when the Sony 48 megapixel lens was all the craze back in 2019, I think it was. BLU had a phone or two that had that sensor, but of course their software sucked. But which is always the case, but if you can, the software's not that bad here, and you can install Google's software as well, which definitely makes it a lot better. And of course Google's camera software makes a lot of phones a lot better, so it's not just BLU. But it's definitely a very good lens. The software is not terrible. This phone takes really good pictures. If you go up and watch other people's reviews that are going to be better than mine, they even tell you that. And these are people that have knocked BLU's phones for their cameras in the past, and they will tell you the cameras are really good on this phone. Actually, given the software as well. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where hardware is 75% of the game, but software is the other 25%. Some people might disagree. Some people might say it's 50-50. But anyways, let's get back to it here. Let's see. Unfortunately, it does have Android 11, not Android 12, and I know BLU's kind of shoddy when it comes to their software updates. But it is a clean build of Android, so I mean I love it personally. Let's see. It does have a glass back. To my understanding, it is scratch resistant on the front as well. I read somewhere that it was, man, I don't think it was Dragon Tail. I'm pretty sure it was Corning Gorilla Glass. I want to say it was either Gorilla Glass 3 or Gorilla Glass 5. But nonetheless, it does have, BLU's Super Pixel, Super Zoom software that they like to add. It does have a side-mounted fingerprint sensor. It does have wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. I know that the G9, the G90 Pro. Wait. It was the G9 Pro, the G90 Pro, the G91 Pro, and the G91 Max here. Well. I just those phones I just named, except this one, had wireless charging but did not have reverse wireless charging. This phone has reverse wireless charging like your Samsung phones have. That's pretty cool. That's a Samsung and Huawei feature mainly. So that's pretty cool. But just because a phone has wireless charging doesn't mean it has reverse wireless charging. Now, if it has reverse wireless charging, that obviously means it does have wireless charging. So that kind of goes without saying, I'm sure. But it also has a 16 megapixel selfie camera that's also pretty decent as well. Here's a little rundown of some of the specs there. It does have a 5,000 milliamp battery. It is fast charge capable, which comes in the box. Samsung, Apple. Oh yeah, that's right. It even has wireless earbuds that are actually really good quality. And there's your braided cable. It's a braided one. They've used this before, but it does obviously have a headphone jack. Where's it at? Right there, USB Type-C. The speakers are decent on this phone right here as well. The screen is absolutely beautiful for an LCD. One phone that I had that I didn't get a chance to do one of my little overviews on was the Motorola, the Moto G Stylus 2022, and I thought that had a really decent LCD. Because Motorola always has really nice LCDs. TCLs are usually a little bit better. I really want to get the TCL 30. The TCL 30X whatever something 5G from Metro. And I want to see how their LCD compares to this phone. Because they normally have, they use their TV, hardware, and they usually have the best LCDs and some of the best OLEDs even. But I've noticed too that BLU's flagship phones have beautiful LCDs. I mean, the colors are just right, and that's as is the case here with this phone. It is the LCD on this phone is just absolutely beautiful. They did a really good job. This camera doesn't really do it any justice. They did a fantastic job on the screen. The colors pop at you just like it's an AMOLED screen. And that's literally my only gripe: 5G and the AMOLED screen. But I only paid $150, so really. And I'm gonna tell y'all something too. At $250, this phone is still worth it. Now, would I pay $250? No. Because BLU always run deals on these phones. It may not ever go back down to $150. And if and when it does, it may still, but if and when that happens, they'll have a better phone out by that point. But 200, $230. They're always running deals, so don't get stuck paying the full $250. You can find deals to get at least $20 off, maybe even $50 off. But this is fantastic phone. The G95, the Helio G95, for what it is a very powerful chipset. It benchmarks higher than MediaTek's Dimensity 700, the Dimensity 800U, and the Dimensity 800. It may even outperform the Dimensity 720 and the Dimensity 810. I do know it won't outperform the Dimensity 820, and that's only been used in one phone, and that phone's been over a year ago now. That was the Redmi 10X, but that was a pretty good processor. I was highly impressed with how capable the Dimensity 820 was. I'm disappointed that no other device have came out with it, But the G95 definitely outperforms the Dimensity 800, possibly the 810 that just came out the same time as the 720. I know this outperforms the 720, and the 700, which is found in all of these budget 5G phones that we have here in the U.S. on, your prepaid carriers, namely Metro. That TCL 30X 5G has it, if I'm saying it right. The Galaxy A32 5G has that processor. So does the Galaxy A13 5G. There's a most of your budget minded 5G phones have just the Dimensity 700. I was really hoping that the TCL one that just came out, that I just got done talking about a couple times already, I really hoped that had the Dimensity 720 instead of the 700, but it doesn't. Nokia, for example, though, they did just release the X100 that has the Snapdragon 480 5G, and the Helio G95 outperforms that. There is a Snapdragon 480 Plus that I haven't been able to test yet. You do have I have been playing with the phone that has the Snapdragon 695 5G, and the Helio G95 still it's not quite on that level, but it still has a better graphics chip. It's MediaTek definitely meant for it to be a high performing chipset, and the only difference between the G95 and the newer G96 is that the G96 is able to have up to a 120 hertz refresh rate. It may even be 144 hertz, but I know it's 120. The Helio G95 is only capable of a 90 hertz refresh rate, and that's my next gripe. This should have had a high refresh rate. This should have had 90 hertz at least. Well, obviously that's the max capability of the Helio G95 anyway, so it couldn't have been more than 90. But I think if this had a 90 hertz refresh rate, this device would be even more banging. I mean, it's still worth the price. And I'm gonna tell y'all too, it's odd because when I first used this device, I honestly swore it was a 90 hertz refresh rate. It's silky smooth, and I'm telling you, this camera doesn't do it any justice. But it's silky smooth. I literally had to I did the whole. I got into the developer options, and I had to click on the thing where it constantly shows the refresh rate just to see if it really was only set at 60, and it was, unfortunately. But I was really hoping to see it set at 90 for some miraculous reason, and there was just no setting to change it or anything in the display settings. But it is only 60, unfortunately. But I'm telling you, to the naked eye, man, this phone is blazing for what it is. It's been able to play every game I've thrown at it. Not all of them at the max settings, but this phone has little to no slowdown, and if it just, for 150 for what I paid for it, it's just unbeatable. And I'm gonna tell y'all something too. Speaking about BLU and 5G, BLU has not actually made a PR about coming out with a 5G phone, but for what it's worth, if you go to their YouTube channel, specifically their YouTube channel, BLU Products, not someone else doing a video on BLU Products like me, but BLU's actual YouTube channel, BLU Products, and find the commercial to this phone, the G91 Max, that came out when this phone came out, about a month ago or so. If you go and pull up that commercial, read the comments, you'll see me in there a couple times. But even before you see me, there was people already talking or asking if this had 5G or not, and when BLU would come out with a 5G phone. And BLU Products, who's ever behind their YouTube channel, answered and commented quite a few times even before I jumped on there, because I had said something about it too before I saw the other comments. And even on mine, they commented about it. They do, and they said multiple times that they have a 5G phone coming soon. So for all of you BLU fans, I take that as official, personally. I know there's no PR for it, but this was BLU themselves stating that they do have a 5G phone coming. So it's coming. It's coming. Um, I do personally hope it has something more than just the Dimensity 700. I'm so tired of seeing that chipset. I want to see something else like the 720, like what Motorola's doing with their, with some of their budget 5G phones. Because Motorola's also, trying to use the Snapdragon 480 Plus. And I'm interested in that because Qualcomm has never had a Plus variant to any of their processors other than the 800 series. So to see a Snapdragon Plus processor in another series, not even the 700 or 600 series, but the 400 series, I'm kind of interested in that, honestly. That just kind of intrigues me. Anyways, I do want to show you the back right quick here. Again, the camera doesn't know justice. You can't pick it up, but it's not just black. It or gray, whatever you want to call it. It has a certain shine to it when the light hits it just right. And you can vaguely see it there. It's the lighting in my room. It's not really my camera. My lighting just sucks. But it's a really nice color. They have an even nicer one, a blue one. I don't think it's out yet, or it wasn't when this phone came out. But and BLU does that a lot for some reason. They release a phone and they announce multiple colors, but only one is available at launch, and that's the only one that you can get the huge discount on. By the time the other color or colors come out, it's either back to its MSRP or just a little below its MSRP. But you won't get the killer deal that you got on that was available for that one color at release. They've done that many times. But here's the back though. Again, they have an odd name for it. It's Premium AG Glass Battery Cover Design, and it is really nice. Like I said, this camera's not doing it any justice, but it does have facial recognition as well. Works really good on this phone, I might add as well. The fingerprint sensor is very fast. You do get an included screen protector, sticker, your SIM ejector tool, which is actually in a cool little bag thing I've never seen other manufacturers do before. I have to, just a nice touch, man. I'm sorry, they pay attention to detail. That's why I like BLU. A lot of people always ask me, why do you like BLU so much? Man, for the money and the attention to detail that they do, I don't know, man. I just really like what they do. And you get a really nice case here with that little carbon fiber texture. And it's a shock proof case as well. I like the way that they pack their stuff. They don't have this big box, this big presentation or whatever, but it's just what they pack in that box. You know what I mean? It's not just the fast charger or even the headphones. It's just the little things that they do. They're just really good at it, and I'd like to see them still around. I know they had a few security issues a couple years ago, man, but they're just great to me, man. And when they release a 5G phone, I'm definitely going to pick it up. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, man, I hope everyone's enjoyed this video here. I got another video coming up shortly for the Black Shark 4 Pro. And after that, I also have the Pogo X4 Pro 5G. I also have the Red Magic 7. And I will also have the Galaxy A53 as well. And I think that's it for the moment. Possibly, well, I will have the new iPhone SE. I call it the iPhone SE 5G. That, to me, seems to be the obvious name that it should have had. Not iPhone SE 3, iPhone SE 3rd generation, iPhone SE plus 5G or whatever the leaked name was a few months back, supposedly. The fact that it's the first and only one with 5G, I'm going to call it the iPhone SE 5G. I do have one coming in. I don't know if I'll do a video on it. There's always so many videos for Apple and Samsung's, and especially their flagships. I mean, it's not really a flagship, but it has the flagship processor. Now, of course, the Galaxy A53, I think I'd be semi-successful with it, because it's not a flagship Galaxy S or Galaxy Note Galaxy Fold, Flip, etc. You know, so we'll see. I'm gonna do one on that definitely. But anyways, y'all, hit me up in the comments. Sorry for my usual rambling on, and I'll check y'all in the next one. Peace out.